Hello, my name is Jack Blade and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a tips and tricks video where we're looking specifically at 4 different, it's a build tips, build tricks kind of thing. We're going to be looking at how to completely unlock snapping, or have snapping control. We're looking at grid alignment, we're going to look at customization, and we're going to be looking at a little bit of curves. So let's get into this and see what we can come up with. Let's start with grid alignment. So when you have a grid that is unaligned, such as this, we go for the painted beam. You unlock it in the Awesome Shop, and it is the most awesome thing in the Awesome Shop. So we press R to change build mode until we hit freeform, and we start by finding the outer edges of this, and we align them by connecting. You can see that it is very simple to connect because of the freeform mode. So they are connected perfectly to the middle of each side. Now, I still need the beam, but I need the default build mode instead. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 snapping points into the beam, or onto the beam. I'm going to go 4 meters in, and then I'm going to eyedrop with the middle mouse button, and then I'm going to pick, and I'm going to place down a single foundation, like so. Now what I need to do is remove the beam again. Here we go. I need to go in and I need to pick the beam, and I still need freeform here. I'm gonna align these 2 up. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and then to default build mode, and I'm gonna switch back. Now I'm gonna snap it to that one here. Perfect. There. Now what you have is a perfectly aligned grid. Ta-da! It's a little bit of a curve, but you see, we got perfect alignment. This is a very, very simple thing to use, and you can align this in any way, shape, or form you want to. What might be limited is a vertical alignment, which is a whole video on its own because it's quite complex. But yeah, it's definitely a trick you can use, which means that you can kind of move off the world grid. And I think that is a beautiful, beautiful thing to do, because it gives you a lot more options for how to face your factories and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you like this one. We're moving on to the next thing, unlocking that snapping. What do I mean by unlocking that snapping? What I mean is that when you're placing a wall, no matter how you look at it, even if you lock and use a nudge, with a nudge, you can move things a little bit. Remember, I'm using a mod called Infinite Nudge, so when I'm using small nudge steps, that's entirely on that. But if you want to have even more control than you would ever get with even a mod, use a pillar. If you place a pillar, you can see it is completely freeform. Completely free mode. So if I wanted to have it aligned like a complete monster, I can place it like this. You can snap to the sides, right? But on this end, I want it aligned like so. Aha! Or, you know how when you place a wall, it goes like this. Then you can see that it is halfway over. Well, if you don't like that, what you do is you can take a pillar and you can align it. If you look on the bottom there, boom, it is perfectly aligned. It's a little bit, yeah, I would say that's good enough. I can place that, and remove these. I can place back in my foundation, and now I have walls that are perfectly lined up with the foundations that I'm using. This is a great, great way of getting some control over your snapping and creating your own snapping points when you're building. Now let's move on to the next one. I watched one of From Scratch Gaming's videos when they showed this trick, and I just need to show it here as well. We need to get this out there. Angled pillars using beams. By using this trick, you can make them perfectly aligned. Do like this, and then you snap a pillar, a horn here. Okay. Now you do the same thing up here. So we need to remove this one, so I'm just gonna do this. so that we have a like memory point there, and then we align or we snap to the bottom of the pillars we've placed. We can remove this one as well, so we can actually snap properly. There. A player's in the way. I'm not in the way. I'll get out of your way. There we go. And then I snap here instead. Boom. And then I can snap 1 point in, or place 1 pillar in here on each side. And now I can remove all of this. And go boom. I can place this in. I'll place this back in and place this back in the center here. And just like with a road barrier snapping, you go from each side until they overlap in the middle. And there you go. Perfect alignment. This is a 45-degree pillar. And like from scratch, that's genius. If you came up with that yourself, it's even more genius. Amazing. Now we have a couple of more tricks to show, so I'm just gonna move into those. We're looking at one of the best ways of making quick and easy curves in Satisfactory. And it is by using the catwalk intersection. By holding control and scrolling on your scroll wheel, you do these little like snapping points. So what you can do is you can go and you can place 2. Then if you hold control again, it will automatically give you the same angle, right? So you can do this, and hold there, and then place 2. And then once you have this, what you can do is you can create a curve. This is very simple. By snapping the foundation to the middle here, you place them all in, like so. Very simple, and then you can remove your catwalk. And there. Perfect curve. And you can do this. This is a pretty steep curve. So there are other ways of making softer curves. But this is one that I really like. So I hope you like this one. And this is a great way of just like pulling, okay, I want to do a curve here, or I need to align with a different like angle. Like if I'm trying to hit between those 2 pillars over there with a road or whatever. Yeah, I could do that using this trick very, very easy. So 100% agree or recommend using this trick. The last one we're looking at now is with the road barriers. Because I can't make a video about this kind of stuff without showing you what the road barrier can do. So when you are working with trying to make like very like determined like clean angles, you can use the road barrier. And if I go down here 45 degrees, right, I can make these a clean 45-degree angle with no overlap, like so, by grabbing a foundation and snapping it to, you can see I've snapped these 2 to each other, and on the second one out I will snap to the middle of this, because it creates a new snapping point. So this is great. And then you do the same thing on this side, right? Now I will just zoop, and then I will place another here. So if I remove this now, you will see, okay, but that might not still be aligned. It's still like a corner, okay? I'm gonna remove these guys. We can see. Look here. Boom. Look how clean that is. Now that is a very, very, very sexy, very nice alignment of 2 foundations. And the same thing goes on the other end. Boom. Perfect. Now, what is important, and this is like where I stumbled with this before I figured it out, or rather my partner pointed out, it's like, hey, why don't you do this? And then it worked. Is that you have to go from both ends. You can't just start on one end and go to the other. Because if you do, what happens is, if I take this again and I place this, I'm going to aim at the same corner, right? It's still aiming at the same corner over there. And if I try to go with just this, and I try to go over, you can see that it doesn't align either way. No matter how I place this, what you're going to get is an unaligned corner over here. So the way you fix that is by going from both ends and like make them overlap in the middle, make them clip in the middle. And yeah, good thing you can do if you don't like the set fighting or you don't like how the textures kind of overlap. My tip is to unlock the asphalt foundation, because even if you have two of these overlapping, if you do this and you don't like what's happening here in terms of like the pattern, by making it into asphalt, you can very, very easily hide that. It becomes invisible. Perfect. That's all I had for today, actually. And I hope that you guys learned some cool tricks. If you want me to do a proper like deep dive into, we're looking at, there's 4 different skills that I focus on today. It's grid alignment, customization, nudge control, and snapping control. That is the key to all building tricks in the game. And if you want me to go into like more about how that works and what you can do with it on a larger scale, then you can definitely ask for that in the comments, or come to the Discord and show off your save. And if you have some really, really impressive, really cool stuff, then come to the Discord and show off your builds using these tricks. Now, if you've liked this video, show that with a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, you can become a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter from $1 a month. There are links in the description for all this. And for now, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Bye!